Hello, welcome to the visual communication series, and today I'll be speaking about the idea how to show the wide versus narrow scope. My name is Peter Zvirinski and I'm co-founder of Infodiagram, where we help people to communicate visually and to help them to create stunning presentations in a form of clear and attractive slides. So let's look at a case of the slide which I would like to talk about today. And this is a slide which I have before the redesign. So this is the slide which presents two types of artificial intelligence. You see there is a text, there's some picture, but how to make it more visual with using some visual aids. So let's dive into the analysis and redesign process. The redesign process should actually start always with the first step, is to analyze the content, to realize what is actually the essence which we want to underline or to show, and just then do the design and play with the graphics. And so let's do that also with the slide we have here. So we have the comparison of two types of AI, general AI and narrow AI. So these are two items which we compare. There is a picture in the between, could be this or that pictures, could be a photograph which try to express the AI in general. However, when we look at the content of the slide, actually we should realize that the essence here is the comparison. So we want to underline this comparison of two directions, and the picture here is only setting the theme. But if you want to underline more the content, the information, then probably we should replace the picture and it represents these two items visually, rather than just have one picture which is representing the whole topic. So what I would do in the simplest form, I would just remove the picture because it's kind of distracting, and you can add some symbol which shows more the comparison. So it could be even like the arrow like this, just to show, okay, there's two types left. We have general AI, right, we have narrow AI, and we can discuss how they differ. So that would be the simplest form, just to add an arrow like that. Next thing which we could do, and actually I would just kind of dive in more into the technical detail of the look, is that if you notice here, I'm removing the bullet points. This is the detail, but also creates better readability of the slide. So when you have a text where if you have only one bullet point, so like here we have only one point here, it's useless to have a bullet point. Bullet points are good when you have more items. So like here we have like this 5 tasks. Okay, we can put the bullet points here, but if it's only one, it's better to remove the bullet points. So here for simplicity it's better to keep it like this. And moving further with the design process, I can actually start to play with a bit with the layout. So here we have a layout of 2 columns, which is quite okay for comparing two items. However, I can try to change it or underline it more. So for example, if I would add just gray background over here, then I can have 2 columns which are more highlighted. So now I see, okay, there are really 2 items which I'm comparing, left column and right column. I can also play and maybe just check maybe if this kind of layout would work better. So I don't have 2 columns, but actually 2 rows. This is a bit better when you have longer sentences. If I go back to my slide before, if you see when you have one longer sentence which breaks after every 2-3 words, it's not that easy to read. This is easier to read when you have it in one line. So from this point of view, I would maybe consider this kind of layout, like comparing two rows. Next thing which you can do is try to illustrate 2 items. So not the whole topic, but like to show the comparison and assign some graphical symbol to each of these. So for example, I can add icon representing general, something which is like wide scope, like 3 arrows going away from each other, so addressing wider area, as compared to something narrow. So when we are focusing on something, so I would choose the icon of 3 arrows going together, like focus. So that would be another visual aid which you can use. If you want to underline more the width of the difference between the width of how general AI is covering the wider scope of applications or behavior comparing to narrow AI, you can again use the simple arrow. Like here, you can see this is just something which I added from here from standard shapes. I just added arrow, and there was this arrow just to show you. It was this bidirectional arrow which I added here. And you just copy and put it here. So that's the way how you can express something which is wide comparing something narrow. If you have more time, you can play a bit with the look of it. So for example, create arrow which is more looking like this. This is composed of two shapes in PowerPoint. It's created in PowerPoint from scratch, but it's actually the arrow. So if I go back here, something similar what I did here. You edit arrow, you can adjust its width. So for example here, or the width of the point here. But what I would do here, so what I did over there, I just create this kind of shape. So with this one you can create shape similar to this one. So this is, if I double click it, it's this shape with some kind of style in the background. And the same was done here. So with the narrow AI shape, I actually wanted to show that narrow AI is covering just a smaller scope. And I can combine it also together with icons which I had before. So I would just use these assigned icons like for general AI and assign the same color and the icon for this general AI area as compared to narrow AI, which is covering the specific applications. And it's the excellence of the AI algorithms which are there. So could be chess, let's use icon of chess, or chatbots like ChatGPT. So we have you can add icon of a chatting computer. So that was the whole process how we created the slide, which is much more visual comparing to original one. We should follow these steps always, like understand what is the content to you, so you know what you want to highlight. So if this is comparison, let's work on the comparison, and just then you do the slide design, and you can end with beautification, which I showed it before, using icons, using colors, playing with the shapes a bit. So that will be the example of changing this slide to this one. Try to follow the similar process when you are going to design your slides. When you want to compare something which is narrow versus wide, try to use either icons, either express it with the shapes, and this could be just simple shapes, standard shapes from PowerPoint, so you can create everything by yourself without need for external resources. So I hope you like this example. If you want to learn more and get more tips, I encourage you to go to our website, infodiagram.com. If you go to free sample part, you can sign up for email tutorial where I will send you then a series of emails where you can learn how to work with diagrams, how to use other visual aids like icons, how to choose them. So I think that could be a good place to start. So thank you very much for listening, and have a nice day.